All right, thank you so much for joining another edition of Benfica After 90, the first match day, and I got the trio is back. How you guys doing, man? It's been a while since we combined together, right?
Got that band back together.
I'm doing fine, mate. Nothing wrong with me.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
Good health, good gracious. Everything's going good. God, we start making jokes. It's gonna be a terrible show. God. Good times though. Hey, how about that? Benfica got their first win of the season in Liga Naj, not Liga Naj, B-win, right? I'm gonna take a while to correct that.
Yeah, B-win.
Be winning.
I like the old logo. The new logo I don't like as much. I noticed on the back of their jerseys, the logo is so long that what they do, they have it like straight if it's an O, a 5, like a longer number. But if it's a 1, the logo is sideways and it's written sideways on the number because they imprint it on the players' numbers. It looks kind of challenging.
Yeah, I do like the score. I do like the new little scoreboard though they got in the corner of the television. It's a nice little graphic. I like that. You can notice little change. I notice little changes like that. I think B-win is I mean it's a change. I'm gonna have to get used to it too. Like I keep making jokes about it. I'm gonna like legit call it be winning all the time. Like that's gonna be the league.
That's
hopefully.
What we do, man. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we do. No matter what.
The first comment actually, well, we got a good evening for Fabs, but Nunu, he made a comment about finally getting fans in the stands in the stadium. Mello made a comment before we went live, man. Like I forget that we were playing away at Moreirense with how the stadium looked.
I didn't see one. I didn't see one fan. I told you I had a little Twitter talk with Cristiano, the podcast, and he told me I need to get my eyes checked. And I'm like, bro, like I'm serious. I didn't see one Moreirense fan. I seen maybe one, like you could tell, like one green little spot in all the red. Like I said, unless Moreirense got new red away kits, then I didn't see. It was purely Benfica in there. To me, that's what I saw. Unless they sit in the shade, you know what I mean. And with we were talking about earlier in our chat, Louis, the camera angles, the low camera angles has been a problem for a long time in the Liga. But maybe the Moreirense fans gets they get the shade and everybody else got to sit in the sun kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they was sat behind the iPhone, so like the iPhone camera didn't pick up the Moreirense fans. Like it picked up half of the pitch and half of the Benfica fans. But because it's an iPhone camera, the fans didn't pick up the Moreirense fans. Antonio, though, I like to thank Antonio for recording that game and watching me showing me that game on his iPhone 4.
The Liga cameramen are like on the fucking sideline, like just like this, like.
It is true. It is. And it's not
because it's Portugal. It's not iPhone. It's Huawei.
In and shit, like.
Forgot about what was going on for a quarter? Zoom in.
And then they're running down. You could see the camera rolling. They're running down the sideline and shit. Oh, get it together, Liga. Get it together, Portugal.
Manuel drops the camera. Drops the camera. Just thumbs down.
Fuck you, man. And then when it's all over, they're like, "All right, you can close the camera now."
Did I do a typo? I might have done a typo on Moreirense. Got Boris here in the comments.
Moreirense. No, it's good, mate.
It's on the Liga. Unless I did it on the video, a quick typo. You got to whip these things out very quickly, so I rush and type in these things. So if there's a typo somewhere.
No, wait. Boris, it's not Moreirense. Yeah, it's Moreirense.
Moreirense.
Yeah, it's fine.
You want me to say the SE at the end?
Fine.
You know we don't finish. You know we don't finish words. Portuguese people don't finish words.
Yeah, but it's fine. Here, Moreirense. Yeah, it's fine.
No, I think it's good.
I don't know.
Unless one of us would mispronounce it, but half of us are half snapped half the time, anyways.
Unless the way you said it, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't normally say it, to be honest. Maybe two times a year.
With all respect, I can speak Portuguese. I can say Moreirense. Yeah.
Moreirense. When you say it in Portuguese, it's different, right? It's when you're speaking English, all of a sudden you anglicize everything. Anglicize? Is that the word?
Yeah, but that's with everything. Like in English, you say dickhead. In Portuguese, you say cabeça de caralho. Like it's like, do you know what I mean? It's different. It sounds different.
It's Cabeça Garage, just next to that town up north called Cabeça Gorda, a tiny little town. It's actually a legitimate town in Portugal. It's
that's amazing.
That's freaking hilarious, man.
Anyway.
I love the country, man. I love the country.
I love how we start the show, man. This is back to the roots.
Back to the roots, yeah.
We just need Dylan. Imagine Dylon just comes in and goes, "Hey guys, can I do a show with you guys? That'd be so sick." Fucking Dylon.
He's not dead. We need to reach out.
He's not dead.
He's not.
Well, no, I hope not.
Man, what a game though. What a game. That's what we're here for, right? What a game.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back. We're back in full swing, man. Post game shows. Benfica after 90s back. It's gonna be a long season, man. It's gonna be a long season. I can't wait. And what a way to start it today, fellas. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Liga. Let's just talk about real quick before we get into the game. There's some things we haven't been back in a while with this Liga, and it seems to me that this Liga is like we got some really good football going here, Luis, in this league so far.
I'm to be honest, because I've been home for a while now. I got to watch Vizela yesterday against Sporting. Aroca Estoril earlier on. And yeah, like you said, man, football has been improving a lot, in my opinion at least. Vizela had the great first half against Sporting. The 3-0, I think it's so it's frustrating if I was a Vizela player, I'd be like, we don't deserve 3-0, man. But Pot, the guy.
But he took over, bro. Yeah,
it wasn't like they dominated. Yeah, And Estoril Aroca was a decent game to watch as well. I think Aroca were a bit screwed up with the ref. And then there's us as well. We have good football when it is like Rafael. He's a Rafael up front. He looks quite decent as well. And the team was good. I think what we're lacking, and I know we're gonna get into it. But what we're lacking, and really lacking, is frustrating. It's referees. I'm not saying that we're getting robbed or it's a conspiracy theory, and I just think they're weak. They don't know this guy had no consistency, no criteria, nothing. It was like, you know what? It's like tennis. 15, 30, no, 2. This guy was like that. 40.
Yeah, I got that immediately. Yeah, stop making it difficult.
15, no, 1. No, yeah, and then at some point, the kid got thirsty and he went juice. But no, in all seriousness, I think we had a very bad referee. He gave yellows for no reason, and then when he should have given yellows, he'd given just a foul. Then it'd be no foul. He'll give a foul. Then he'd be like, okay, that's a foul because your criteria says that's a foul. No, that's not a foul. So, but you just gave a foul like that. It was all over the place, man, and it's just frustrating because our league is going up in football. Klopp watches our fucking league, do you know what I mean? But then you get referees like that, and you think fuck, man, that you just take away all sort of quality football, the quality that we could have. We don't, because every 10 seconds, juice, fuck. Go Mario, sorry.
No, it's good, man. One quick shout out to Pash Freire and Santa Clara. Also, their exploits in Europe lately have been rather impressive. You want to see them advance, but they're not just advancing. They're smashing teams in Europe. And I know these are not big teams they're facing. But just across the board, it does look like we're going to have an exciting season. You can't help but be as excited as you are. And I got to quickly skip to the very end of the game. We won this game. The one thing I absolutely loved, all of a sudden the camera pointed to the stands when we won. And you see Rui Costa blows a whistle. He does like a little fist pump. And you see it's a certain level of fandom that you saw, right? From the box. And it's just little bits. Every little bit right now is making you excited. The signings, the players, having someone that's actually watching the team play instead of playing Candy Crush. All that stuff, you know what I mean? It's going to be a good season. But frig, man, I'll say first half of this
Even
game.
with all that good stuff though, Mario, there's still some man, today wasn't easy, man. And maybe that's a testament to the league, but I think there's some king. I think what today showed me, and we'll get into it, is that there's a couple things that we need after we qualify for this Champions League that we got to add to this team, man. Just a couple little holes. I'm not talking about big, huge signings. I'm not talking about going out and spending $35 million on somebody. I'm just saying, like, there has to be some holes that we need to fill here. And I like the depth. I just, maybe it was the lineup. Maybe guys aren't really, physically there yet. I don't know. It got mucky there at the end, and I can't contribute. I contributed to refereeing, but it got stale. I think Benfica we stalled even before the red card. I think the team kind of just stopped. Like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the team. Let's talk about it. Let's
get the lineup then. Do you want to yell it out, Mello?
Yeah, man. I got it here, man. Let me get it here. So we start in the back between the pipes. We got Vladi, Odie. Looks like that man is looks like he's a starting keeper, man. Looks like he's a starting keeper. We got Jan Vertonghen, Otamendi, and Verissimo. But Benfica went 3 in the back. A lot of people didn't think we were going to go 3 in the back. A lot of people thought we'd see the 4-4-2 against, smaller clubs like, I guess this one. But no, they opted to go to 3 in the back. Gil Diaz got to start on the left with Adel Taarabt, and Mete in the middle with Diogo Gonçalves playing right wing back, if you will. Luca Wall-Schmidt, Everton were our wingers, and Gonçalo Ramos got to start today up top. So that was our 11, man.
If you allow me to say this, straight off the back, I did not like it. Straight off the back, I didn't. I looked at this and I thought, well, I could be wrong, but I don't like that 11. I didn't like I didn't want to see Taarabt. I didn't want to see Mate start like that. I don't agree. Yeah. I don't agree with starting players like that. Like, the same way I didn't think Yaremchuk or Roman would start because of that same reason. I didn't expect Taarabt to start either. I didn't expect Mate to start. I didn't expect Gil Diaz to start, although he did say that Grimaldo looked tired. Didn't look that tired to me, but that's fine. That's cool. If that's the reason, then that's fine. I don't know, and this is going against some things I said, to be honest, back in the day, whether we need to play this sort of 3-5, 3-4-3, 3-5-2-1 sort of formation in Portugal. Like, I get it for the Champions League and stuff, but like today as well, one thing that I didn't understand is even after the red card from Diogo, I don't understand why it always felt like we needed a goal. It never felt like Benfica was like, you know what, we're winning. We got 10 men. Let's control the game with the ball. It was almost like, no, as soon as we got that ball, we we're trying to either score a goal or go upfield. Like, let's go. Which is good because that's the way I want Benfica to play. When they're playing against 11 and they're not winning, when you winning against 10 men, control your possession. Because I was like, I looked at the scoreboard like a good 2 or 3 times, thinking we're still winning, right? Yeah, we are. Why are we like all out attack almost every time we get the ball? I don't know if that's the way that we're meant to play. It's just suffocate them, which is a good way to play. I just mean like against 11 when you only have 10. But yeah, I'll let you guys obviously have an opinion on the 11.
For me, we talked about it last week with the level of talent we have, the amount of signings we have. We talked about the idea he needs to rotate. So I'm expecting a couple rotations. He rotated 6 guys since the Champions League match. Part of me was happy seeing that. I was happy to see Gonzalez start over Seferovic. I still think it's an interesting setup with Luka being in that type of formation. But the one thing that's been my concern, we pretty much changed everything outside of Diogo, right? That's and then our
In the
three
formation.
and then the three center backs. And my fear that I've said is we do not have depth in the center back area. We got I looked in the bench again, and we only had the one kid, Murat, right? Like the kid looks interesting, but he's a kid. And if we're gonna go with this three in the back, like Luis says, I don't think we need to play it. So I think you're unnecessarily burning out Jan Vertonghen and Otamendi. I feel Verissimo has more legs. He's a little bit younger, but still you can burn him out. And they're pushing up. Like you see Verissimo pushing up and things of the sort. They're not like a stagnant three that don't move. They're moving a lot, right? And I do worry. I do worry that if you keep doing this, we're gonna eventually run into a bit of an issue. And I think part of our goal conceded was Met's first game. You know, he's only been here with us. Like he's interesting signing. I wanted to see this guy. I really did want to see this guy. I think I'd rather have seen him come off the bench to get some minutes, work him into the squad. He's had like 2 weeks, maybe not even, since he's joined the team, so he doesn't really know the culture, the structure. He had a decent looking game, but he made a really big blunder. And then Jan Vertonghen was caught flat-footed. There's still like a bit of time before the attacker got to his scoring opportunity against Odie, but Jan just couldn't keep up. He couldn't run, and I expect him to run even less in the Champions League and even less the preceding week if we keep playing him every few days, right? He's old. He can't do this.
Yeah.
So that's my concern. That is, but I did like the rotation. I think with the talent we have, like last week we started with Pizzi and Rafa kind of in the wide position. We got Luka and Everton to play, so it's interesting. But I would rather have seen a little bit of switch in formation. Maybe something slightly different, right?
Yeah, I agree. The thing I just want to say, maybe fitness has a role to play in the formation right now. I just don't see. Honestly, I don't see us sticking with this formation throughout the season in the Portuguese league. You say you bring up a very good point, Mario, about the depth in the center back. I think today, when you run the 4-4-2. I think you create a spot, you create a rotational place for Otamendi or Vertonghen, right? Where you're just going to give one or the other. And I said it on the last show. You're going to match up with Verissimo, Otamendi, Vertonghen, Verissimo, so on and so forth. I don't think today is like an and we seen it last year. We switched a lot. Like there was a lot of switching, a lot of moving around. I don't want to see that so early. JJ, there's no more excuses, right? COVID's not an excuse. Short training isn't an excuse. Short preseason's not an excuse. Like there's no more excuses, right? Not to get it right. I think right now is just fitness today. I think Chuck is gonna play. I think he's going to play. I mean, there's no way you spent 17. I mean, you spent $24 million on Darwin and you forced him to play every game. I think when Chuck gets a little bit, more legs under him, he's a little bit more fit. Because he got there later than Mete, and I agree with Luis on that. I thought Mete was maybe a little early. I would have liked to see Weigl and Taarabt in the middle because we've seen that they have a little bit more familiarity together. They've played together a little bit more, and Mete could have been a nice, especially. I mean, in retrospect, you get a red card. Mete would have been a nice player to come off the bench, right? But you don't foresee those things happening. But I think we'll go to a 4-4-2. I don't think Gonzalo Ramos is a guy who can be up top by himself. This will be a 2-striker team. You don't have 7 strikers on the team to play one at a time, right? There has to be a change. So like I said, I don't think today is like it's not a stamp on this is how we're running all year. I think JJ is smart enough to create opportunities for those older center backs to get some rest.
Let's quickly jump into the chat because we got a lot of.
Yeah, I was going to say that. We got a lot of stuff, so yeah, let's cover some of that stuff.
So one comment made by Glenn, and we kind of chatted about this in our own little side chat during the game. Someone explained the red removed from Moreirense. Basically, 2 things. A, he got the ball, but I had this kind of debate where I'm actually leaning towards Glenn, where the guy slid from behind, got the ball and tapped it towards the goalkeeper. It just rolled to the keeper, and the keeper picked it up. I know if it's like a bouncing ball or a bouncing header, and it's like going towards the net, the keeper's allowed to like pick it up or whatever it is. When it rolls back, now the argument I heard was that maybe the whistle blew because of the foul before the ball got to him, but I don't know. It seemed like he was going to pick it up regardless. He was headed towards grabbing the ball. which I thought was odd. I also, he got the ball first. Yeah, it's a crunching tackle. I think the ref got it right on the VAR, right? Which still a pretty funny setup.
Quick one as well. I don't know if you finished on that one. Did you finish on that one?
Go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know Mel just mentioned Gonçalo. And Nuno Carvalho said as well, Gonçalo had an insane game. And he did. It's kind of weird because, like, it's hard for us, especially for me, I'll be honest with you. If I see a striker with no goals at the end of the game, I'm always like, well, you're a striker. You're a forward. You should be scoring goals. If you don't have a goal, you didn't have a good game. But, like, the amount of times I saw this guy run and run and run and run. And at the end, I thought it was Rafa. Like that, like run all the way from defense, literally put pressure on the defenders and run around again and back. I thought that's Rafa, like, it wasn't. And it was still him. And I was like, dude, you've been running the whole game, man. That's just like. And he's unlucky not to score that crossbar. Like, he hit the crossbar. Yeah. That would have been a nice little cheeky goal. That would have been like that little bit of a cherry on his performance. So I completely agree with Nuno on that one.
Real quick on that.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, this will be quick. Just on the Ramos thing, I didn't understand the goal point nor the SofaScore. Any of the scoring sites had him as either the worst or second worst player for Benfica from a ranking standpoint. But I agree with you, man. He was hustling, he was running, he was involved in plays, he was pulling players aside, creating room for the other players. I actually liked what I saw from him, man.
I think that's why he's not. Me saying that he's not a lone striker isn't a knock on him. If you look at his style of play, imagine him having another striker, in or around him when he's making these types of plays, right? Like, Gonçalo Ramos is a goal scorer, but I think he's getting smarter as a player. If you have two guys up there like that, I think he fits more next to somebody. That's all I meant by that. You know what I mean? Like, he just fit. Like, it would be nice to see, like thunder and lightning, if you will, up top with Chuck and Gonçalo Ramos.
That's a good title.
Yeah, Mel, Jose just had a fucking mare. Like, Warship is a coward.
he meant forward.
So, I know,
it's
but
funny,
it's funny. Like, that's the sort of typo that can get me in trouble, isn't it? Like, what are you calling a coward, man? Like,
I love it.
But it's true though. And can I just say something though, man? Like, I'm not trying to shit on players here. I did on our little group chat thing, and then after that, he scored.
Yeah, we can shit on him personally. Just peer to peer behind the scenes, kill him. But when it shows out, like, let's try to find a way to be constructive.
No, but it's for me what pissed me off, right? For me, what pissed me off.
I told you about one show.
I know.
But like, for me, what pissed me off was you sort of see. I had the idea that it wasn't a foul, like, straight away from the way he tackled. The way the ball bounced to the key, like, I don't think it was a foul. Then you watch the replay, and I was like, I'm not sure. Does it touch the player first? Regardless of all of that, regardless of everything, as soon as Salah puts that ball through, you jump in front of your other player's path. Straight away, you go, I've got it. And as soon as you have, like, because, like, he waits for the ball to go past before he puts his tiny little princess feet in front of the player, right? If he jumps across and just, I don't know, man, things that, like, Lukaku would do, and Cardozo. Like, let's not go into Lukaku. Let's go into Cardozo. Even Jonas.
Taremi, Porto.
Taremi. Like, anyone will just go, all right, well, I'm just going to jump in front of you. And that's it. You're either going to tackle me, bring me down, get a red, or you're not going to tackle me and I'm going to score a goal. Which, no, I'm going to give you the time and space to do what you did. Great tackle, in my opinion. And then what happened with the keeper, no explanation. I guess it goes down to just having a shit referee. Like, if I'm being completely honest. That was another point, man. Like, somebody said something that I want to... João Coutinho. But let's not forget, Moreirense are actually a tough team. Especially when they're at home.
Yeah.
It's a small pitch. Antonio's on the iPhone. It's tough to play against these guys. So we did play with a lot of changes. We played with arguably a new formations. We've been trying it, but it's not like we've have it as a rock solid formation. Like Mel said, we might even change it. It might not even be our main thing. You know, we had new players, we had old players, we had players that haven't played together. So to come away with a 2-1, especially after a stupid red card, I know the first goal. Our first goal was like, shoot the fucking ball, shoot, where's the ball? Oh, ended up in the back of the net. Come on, but no, it's a good result. We can't forget that.
I'd like to get those bounces early too, because last year we weren't getting those type of goals. You know what I mean? Those type of lucky bounces. Verissimo's right there, heads it in on a ground. Hits it from head to ground. It bounces back in. So it's nice to get those early ones. And going up 2-0, bro. We had Verissimo score that one, and then a little bit later, Wally comes in and he gets one in the back of the net. He even left one little later on. It was a nice shot, but I'm like, okay, here we go. Benfica's back. We're up 2-0.
Yeah.
And then, we get caught sleeping. We did get caught sleeping. Mete and Verissimo got caught, like Mario said earlier, flat-footed. It resulted in a goal. I mean, damn. And it felt like, damn, they got that out of nowhere, right? That first half, it felt like Moreirense didn't really do anything in that first half. It was all Benfica, and they come away with a goal. Like those are little nicks, those little kinks that we got to work out a little bit. That's kind of hard to swallow right there. You're going in a half 2-1, and you thought you played fucking really well. You know what I mean? Like
I could get
that hurt a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
On the stat front, it's so crazy when you look at the two halves, and clearly the red card made an impact in the second half. But the first half we had 74% possession, 7 shots. They had 5 shots, but it felt very one-sided. We were dominating. It looked like we should score by more. In that first half, I was like, man, the way we're going, man, we're gonna get a bunch of golazos. We're gonna kill it. I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then there was, a kind of like, I look at it, it's like, okay, we did concede the 1 goal, but even after we conceded, I was like, they got a break. We made a mistake. We're still playing good. Like, we were playing great. That second half, and obviously, the red card was early in the 56th minute. It was 54% possession for them. Like Luis said, anytime we got the ball, because a lot of times we got the ball. But instead of trying to control it, we're just kicking it up, trying to run up. I don't want to say we're trying to waste time, because I don't think we were. I think we were just trying to push the play forward and attack. But it just resulted in a lot more lost possession. We're losing way more balls. We only got 3 shots off, actually, in that second half. Moreirense still got 5 shots. So if you look at kind of across the board, they played the same way in the first half as they did the second half. It was just a fact we were down a man, and we kept giving up possession that kind of allowed them to make it feel tighter. And man, for a bit there, especially when there was that potential penalty call, which thankfully, in that case, it worked out well on the call that we were okay. But it ended up being far tighter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like Daniel Diaz said in the chat, said we passed from maybe leaving the game with a 4+ goal difference to suffering at the end, like we always do. Yeah. And I agree, man. I agree. Like I thought in the beginning of that game, where I'm like, I thought I was like 4-0. Like we're gonna murder them. I actually thought 4 goals myself, right?
Also. I was thinking 4 in my head.
But we got to go back and I want to go to the chat, because a lot of talk about Tarap at the spot, and I said it last week, man. Tarap is just not a midfielder. He's just not. Like he's not. He shouldn't be playing next to a defensive midfielder. He should be the link guy, right? Like I would rather. I swear this is gonna sound crazy, but I would rather him play like on the wing where fucking like Waldschmidt played. Honest to God, I'd rather see him out on the wing than to see him in the midfield, because out on the wing, like maybe like he's not very, very fast, but he's not going to be a defensive liability if he just got to just, run back a little bit. Like he doesn't leave too much space open is what I really want to say. If you just stick him somewhere else, maybe even on the bench. Like on the bench, he wouldn't take a lot of space up.
I was going to say that.
It's just frustrating. And I think he's a good piece. But to start him next to Mete, like you just switched everything up. We didn't have a lot of turnover in this team, right? But JJ kind of made it that way by starting Mete in the middle, I think. And he didn't have a bad game. He wasn't terrible. I even tweeted like he gave me Draymond Green vibes. Like he's not gonna give you anything going forward. When they going forward, Mete is not really gonna like. He made a couple nice passes, but not really where I'm like, okay, the offense can switch when it gets to him. You know what I mean? Like he's not like, I'm like, okay, maybe we got a baby Pogba over here who's 35 years old, but no, he's not like that. He's not. I'm like, he's French. You know what I mean? I only make the French thing. I'm just saying he's a big guy, but damn, he is slow as shit.
I like to see like the likes of not talking about the back line or anything like that, but like when you have Gonzalo up front, you have Rafa with him up front, like as a second striker, sort of like when you can nip off to wing, one of those. You're a striker, but you got your free roam, you can go and pick up the balls on the wings, and have a midfield of like Jean Mario, Mate, and Weigl, because like they'll just be strong. They'll be like you'll have Mario pinging the balls, and you have these two guys like clearing everything up. Taarabt is like, man, I love Taarabt. But dude, like from way back.
Yeah.
I think it's time to let that go. It's time to say, look, he's not the same guy, dude. Like he's not gonna pick up the ball, and turn on his burners and dribble past 3 players, come back, dribble past those 3 players again, and then score a goal. That's not what Taarabt is anymore. Taarabt is gonna pass the ball out of the pitch because
Through ball.
But he did that at one point. It was like
it got us a goal. Yeah, it got us almost a penalty. Almost a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. That's how we almost got that penalty.
I know one ball. It was like we had the possession. Moreirense wasn't defending. Sorry, wasn't attacking. They were like going back and defending. And he had the ball and he's looking to pass the ball. And he's got Verissimo. He's got Otamendi next to him. He's got like what was his name? Gil Dias. He's not running, he's walking, right? He's literally just walking, going, right, if you're going to pass me the ball, pass it to here, or maybe like, I don't know, a meter in front of me, right? But on the floor. And he goes, hey, you, bang! And it's like, wait, we're not starting an attack here, like, relax, And it's just he just kicks the ball at him, but like, 3 meters in front of him. Like, if he's running and asking for the ball, that's perfect, that's where he wants it. But he's walking. The guy's he doesn't even know you're passing the ball.
I remember what you're talking about now.
Like, and then Gilles looks at him and is like, sorry. I was like, what do you mean sorry? Now, he's the one that should say sorry to you, but don't start saying sorry because it's Taarabt, like, And then I see him, and this is what pissed me off as well, man. I see Taarabt talking to Roman. And I'm thinking, don't start telling me where the best places to go out man. Like,
I said,
he's gonna be like, yeah, we're getting back to Lisbon. Yeah, you off tomorrow? Yeah. I'm gonna show around Lisbon.
I said him and Chuck were on the sideline, and Taarabt's telling him where all the best restaurants in Portugal are, bro. Like, let me tell you, there's a little spot outside the restaurant. There's a little spot right outside the restaurant. We're gonna go eat. Like,
I can guarantee he was saying.
It was just a joke, though.
I bet he's gonna be
talking about the game.
You off tomorrow? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I'm taking you, bro. Watch. Yeah. You like fish? Perfect.
Well. And not starting Weigl, kind of. I think like you might as well. What was the problem there? You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I think it was the rotation thing. The one I did with Mete, he's a defensive mid, and after the red card in the 56th minute, we made 2 substitutions, which was taking out Taarabt, bringing in Weigl. So we lost the supposed attacking mid role. That's not Mete's role, and then we also brought in Gilberto, right? So. We lost some of that forward motion. That's why I felt like Gonzalo Ramos was isolated at that point. The one thing I was impressed with, very short minutes, but I actually felt we had an uptick in performance was when Jetson came in. I felt there was a stronger hustle for the ball. All of a sudden you had, and it, hey, Mete's first game, getting tired, but also you brought an attacking mid, and he still got Weigl and things of sort, and it started feeling like, oh, hey, we got the ball, and we could push it and distribute it up a little bit more, or he was able to hold it a little bit more. So I did really like him. We got this guy here. He wants Jetson back at Galatasaray, or he wants him. He's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on the Champions League tie coming up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mario. When Jetson came in, I'm thinking, I'm glad you said that. I'm thinking, like, everybody thought, why didn't Jetson start instead of Taarabt next to Mete? You know what I mean? Like, that's a better midfield pairing in my mind. But, like, we not playing FIFA. You know what I mean? We playing armchair quarterback now. I hope Jetson stays, bro. I know you guys like him, Kadir Elmas, but man, I like the kid, man. He
didn't show much today, but yeah, he's not a bad kid.
There's a spot where I thought he should have shot the ball where he was deep in the box and he's dribbling.
I know, yeah. It's like just shoot and he gave it to Grimaldo, yeah.
Frustrating. Gives it up to Grimaldo. Yeah, like damn, bro, take the shot. Just take the shot. And Rafa, if we're just talking about blunders real quick, there's a point where Rafa gets the ball and he's on the wing. He's legit it's just him, the keeper up front, and the defender on the side. Maybe there's a couple trailing. No one's catching you, Rafa. No one is catching you. And he just stops short. He just stops running. And I'm thinking, look, we're up 10. We're down a man, right? We got 10 men on the field. You have a breakaway, and you don't take it deep as you can. Let everybody catch up. Like, let's play some half, just some, midfield football real quick. Some half the pitch. Like, let's play with half the pitch real quick.
Yeah.
Get the ball out of their feet for a while. But no, he stops short, completely ruins it. I'm literally in here screaming. When I'm stressed, I start like standing on furniture and shit. I'm like standing on the sofa, bro. When this is happening, I'm already standing on the sofa. He stops short. I jump, like I'm just screaming. Everyone runs in the living room. They're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Rafa's a bastard is what's wrong." Like, I don't understand. Like, it just ruined the flow for me. I was so mad. I wonder if anybody saw that or did that bug anybody else? Because I was like, damn, he's a bastard, bro. Like, what are you doing? Please don't do that again. You're the fastest man on the field right now. You got fresh legs and you stop short. Like, I'm like, come on, bro. You got to run. Gotta keep it running, Rafa. And another guy should have started probably.
Sorry, I was just having fun with the chat here, but Jetson, it's his childhood club. He's a Benfica for life. He wants to play. It's just is an inability to kind of break the 11 with the amount of talent we have. But yeah, take Gabriel or Chiquinho to Galatasaray.
Chiquinho, man. Chiquinho is Chiquinho. You know what? I'll take him to Galatasaray. Yeah. I'll take him to Turkey.
We're not disagreeing. He's a good kid. I think he's a great box to box. It's our manager that we currently have isn't the biggest fan of youth players at time. But at the same time, I think if we advance in the Champions League, I could see us getting rid of Chiquinho, Gabriel, and all that stuff. We got Joel Mario as our main attacking midfielder, and Jetson's the guy's coming off the bench, and he finds a spot rotationally on the team, and I could see him staying. It just depends, right? It depends on what happens.
You know what, guys? I don't think watching this game too, and I said it earlier, you could see some holes. I think once Benfica qualify, we're gonna qualify. Once we qualify for the Champions League, you'll see some additions to this team, man. You'll see some subtractions, but you're gonna see I think we're looking at a right back and a left back. Now we're looking at Wendell from Bayer. Is it which one was it? Bayer. Which one?
Bayer Aspirin.
Wendell, left back.
Wendell. Oh yeah, I don't know. I can quickly check it out.
Leverskin. I think it's Leverskin. Is that who it is? I don't know. I can't.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, Bayer Leverkusen. There you go. Bayer Leverkusen. So there's still chatter of Benfica looking for other players, which is kind of exciting. And like I said earlier, you ain't got to spend $34 million on a player. You can go out and find another Chuck. Go find another Chuck. Go find a mid-grade guy. Like, we ain't got to spend $100 million, man. Like, I never understood that.
I want a center back. That's what I want in this team. But
I want to play a 4-4-2. I'd take a 4-3-3 too. I seen that in the chat. But that leaves I want two strikers. Like, that's the thing. Like, I want to watch Benfica with two strikers. That's what I grew up on. I want to see two strikers. 4-4-2 is what Benfica plays. I want to see Gonzalo and I want to see Chuck. That just makes sense. You have João Mario,
looks like a good pairing.
João Mario, Mete, whatever. Let Everton and let Rafa play the wings, bro, and let him play him tight. You know what I mean? Like, that's how JJ likes it anyway. Stick to the sideline and just run, motherfuckers, run. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I really want to see. That's what should happen, and it creates a spot on the bench for a center back to get rest, Mario. That's the whole thing. That's what blows my mind that we haven't done that.
I agree. That's why I thought we were going to go back to the just two center back formation. One thing I thought when I saw today's lineup, and this is just me thinking George Jesus being an asshole, because he is to a certain extent. We know how he is. As I saw this lineup, love that about him. I saw him resting all the guys, and all I thought was like, this Sakana wants to go fully rested. So we play at the Luge against Rui Vitória, against Spartak. After we beat Spartak 2-0, the tie is pretty much in the bag, and he wants to smash Rui Vitória. He wants to leave him so hurt that no one ever talks about George Jesus versus Rui Vitória and which one got the best of which. Like, he wants to maybe make a statement. Which, if he does that and he smashes Spartak in the home game in a few days from now because he rested all his guys, I would take that so much, man. I would love it. I'd absolutely love it.
I'm glad you said that, Mario. I didn't even think of that, brother. I really didn't. We're complaining about the lineup and the rotation, and yeah, man, That's something I didn't even really take consideration into. I'll be honest.
I understand what you're saying, Mario, and I agree with you to an extent. I just think there's a lot riding on that spot in the Champions League. I think it's, yes, JJ wanting to make sure, because he say, oh, it's pretty much done up. I don't like saying that, man, just because, like, if it was 3-0 or 4-0, I would say yes. 2-0, you come in and you score in the first half an hour, that's it. You score a goal in the first half an hour, you have literally an hour to score another goal. You know, and I think, fucking quick maths that. I think...
Good maths. Good math.
But I honestly do. I think you're right. He wants to rest players because he wants to make sure he finishes that tie in the first half. He wants 2-0 in the first half, and now I can start resting players for the Liga, because look, if we beat Spartak Moscow and we do go through, we have a fucking team in front of us, man. We have PSV. They just beat Ajax. You know, they just beat Ajax and they've won the cup. Well, like, I don't know, whatever cup it was. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm guessing
is that PSV a home and away as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually going to be a very good time.
They beat Ajax 4-0. 4-0. I'm pretty sure Ajax missed the penalty, and Nicholas
did Ajax have the starting? They had Neres and they had Anthony starting.
Ajax
they didn't have the killers. They didn't have the killers.
Tagliafico, but he got sent off, right? And then he had up front. They had Haller, they had Tadic, they had Bergwijn, they had Gravenberch, Klaassen, Blind, Timber, Mazrui, Lisandro Martinez. And
no net is no party, bruh.
Maybe he came up. Yeah, hold on. He came up. He came on to the 60th minute.
That ain't enough time for my boy. I love that kid right there, man. I think Ned is a fucking amazing player.
But then he looked at PSV.
I don't know why. I just like him a lot. And Anthony too. Anthony, that kid, those Brazilians, bro, they're raw. I mean, I love those guys. I mean, to me, they're just good players. But yeah, I mean, that's a great point, PSV. So let me get this straight real quick. Switching to Champions League for a sec. We win this game versus Spartak. How is that a payout? Will we get money?
Not much.
What's the money looking?
Not much. You know, you
20. 20?
Not even.
Get 20? You get some mil? A couple thou? Just a couple thou?
Yeah, more. You got a couple mil. I think you got a couple mil for that. I don't know. Maybe.
What kind of dinner we having fast food or cheeseburger? Steak.
What kind of payout? What are we talking about?
You got fancy hamburger. Not a sit down meal, but fancy.
Oh, okay. Fancy like hamburger. A bistro burger.
Kind of like a bistro.
We had a
burger.
Bistro.
Like like a $10.
What are we talking about? I have no idea what we're talking about.
$10 burger, not like the $5 burger, but it ain't a steak. It ain't like a sit down steak.
What are we talking about?
How much money we get for the playoff? Not much.
Oh, just to get through to the next one.
Just this one alone isn't that much. It's most of the money is pocketed for group stage and onward. There's very little in this stages, from my understanding. There's a bit, but it's more than I guarantee you, more than that Confederations League that Spurs is in against Paschfreda.
You know what I noticed too? I'm just all over the place, guys. I'm sorry. Isn't Jan Vertonghen and Otamendi a little too old to be playing a 3 in the back? You know what I mean? Like, I love Jan Vertonghen. I honestly think, like, there are times where I watch Jan and I'm like, bro, there's no way he's not the best fucking center back. Like, there's no way. You know what I mean? And then I see Lucas Verissimo and then I'm like, oh, yeah, he's not. So, but, like, damn, like, they got to cover so much, bro. Like, them old hips. They don't work the same. You know what I mean? They don't work the same. I just think because you see, Moreirense, if I'm saying it right, is they were just getting it, like, they were killing us like out wide on the wings there for a little bit, and that's because they were making. And Verissimo's raw. They weren't even trying him. After a while, they're like, all right, fuck that. We're just gonna go this. We're going this way, right? You guys, we're going this way. And then Vertonghen was just like caught, like gave up a goal, flat-footed. And I know he makes a lot of great saves. There was a play where he has the ball, he loses it. I mean, he gets in front, like he makes great plays. Like he gets the ball back on a like a bully play. You know what I mean? But you gave up the ball, and then you got the ball back. I get that, but you gave up the ball. You know what I mean? Like, I just think, like, man, I want to go to the 4-4-2. I want to see Gonzalo Ramos, and I want to see Chuck play up top. Like, there is no reason not to have. You got a finisher and a guy who's gonna work at every fucking ball. Like, this shit's simple. Like, why do we make things so complicated?
And it's like, okay, Juice Box said in the chat, it's the fact that, and I said it earlier, these guys they're gonna burn out. We're gonna play 3 in the back against Spartak Moscow because they're gonna value this game. They want to ensure that we get it. They're gonna play it, and then we got Aroca, and if you don't do Aroca, then you got PSV, and PSV is gonna be one heck of a battle. By the time then you have Gil Vicente to go away, then you do PSV second leg, and then all of a sudden you're like, still in August. Like we got then Tondela. We can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in the month of August. And Jan Vertonghen and ultimately just came off out of playing the Copa America, the Euros, deep runs after a condensed season where they looked like they had tired legs just a few months ago and they've gotten no rest. I think we're playing with fire. If we lose points in the Liga or we drop a game in Europe, it will be because what happened today with Jan Vertonghen, where Mete got beat, the guy was right by Jan Vertonghen, and if you slow motion that play, they're very close to each other. Like millisecond by millisecond, the guy just made space. Jan Vertonghen wasn't even like, I'm not even going to catch him. No chance in hell. There's no point in me running and doing it. So yeah, I think you're completely right, Alex. If you were going to do 3 in the back, you're okay having an older seasoned guy in the middle, like an Otamendi or Jan.
Yeah.
You need another Verissimo on the other side. You know what I mean? You need another fast-paced type guy.
That's why he's so good on that side. You know what I mean? Because he is a little younger. Them hips work a little bit more. You know what I mean? He ain't been doing a twist for as long as these other motherfuckers have been.
Well, he wasn't doing the twist. Like Jan Vertonghen was doing the dance, the twist. No, I'm talking about the 1960s. Hey baby, do the twist. That's Jan Vertonghen back
1960s, bro.
Whatever. That's Jan Vertonghen when he was a young kid, man. He was doing the twist.
I'm 31, not 61.
I think that's a little knock that we have to have on JJ, because sometimes, like, I know that we are not professionals, right? But if it don't look right, it just don't look right. Like, you can't. I'm like, shit don't make sense. You have younger legs, and like I said, maybe it's fitness. It's the first game of the league. I'm not complaining. I loved that we won the game. That's all I really care about. Diogo Gonçalves made a bum head mistake. He made it harder. He's a right wing. They turned him into a right back. I haven't seen him make that many boneheaded plays like that today. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him make some dangerous plays. He's usually got away with it, so I can't count those. But he just looked like a kid who's still learning how to play his position a little bit, even after a half a year at right back. It was a bonehead mistake. You know what I mean? Would the game have been completely different had he not done that? Yeah, absolutely. Like, we would have handled that game. It wouldn't have been as close as it was. But even then, with a man down, like, Odie did come up with a big save. But I thought that the center backs, they played well. Everybody played. Weigl came in. I'm just happy we won, to be honest. But there's definitely some room for improvement. Definitely on this team.
I'm looking at the chat, guys. I'm looking at the chat.
He's having a chat about the Turkish league, things of the sort.
I like it though, man. I like it. Yeah. Like, everybody's having like a lot of fire with the guy. He's not offending anybody. Just having a chat about football, man.
It's a good chat.
I like everyone to get along. Like, that's nice. Like, I'm not shitting on Turkey. I fucking love kebabs. Like, fucking hell, what are you talking about? I have a kebab every week.
Daniel.
And I like the Turkish fucking league,
Thanksgiving's
man.
nice.
No, they're fun. They're a fun league. What I said.
Thanksgiving is nice.
I love Thanksgiving. We do it for Christmas also.
That's a joke. It's a joke.
No, but that's the whole point is that they're joking and no one's taking it to the heart.
We love it, man. That's what we're here for.
Can I say something we forgot about? I mean, I didn't forget, but we haven't mentioned.
Real quick, Luis, we've had some run-ins with these Turkish fellas lately too, man. It feels like every year Benfica's got to run into a Turkish team, bro.
I like
every time.
I love the banter.
The Turks are welcome here, bro. They come in, they get shit feisty. They have a bunch of different emojis that we don't have. It's amazing.
Like, I'll tell you the story, right? Quick one. I'm gonna try it and not make it too long. There's this place I used to go. when I lived like a mile from here, whatever. There was this kebab shop I used to go to all the time, right? And there was 2 Turkish guys that were there. One supported Galatasaray, and the other one was
Beşiktaş?
Besiktas. Yeah, Besiktas, I think it was. Anyway, so I went my first ever day there, bro. This is my first day. I'm coming in. I'm like, hey guys, just after a kebab, you know, like I have no idea. Like I've just moved there. I don't know if they have good kebabs. But anyway, and it's like, where are you from, bro? I'm like, Portuguese. He's like, oh yeah, you watch football? I was like, yeah. What team do you support? I was like, Benfica. He's like, Benfica, yes, my guy. And then this guy goes, I'm Turkish and stuff. And I was like, we start talking and stuff, and he's like, so, your team in Turkey. All right, be smart. I'm making your kebab. I haven't got a fucking clue, and I'm like, the only team that I sort of like followed for a little bit was Galatasaray, right? So I went, Galatasaray. He's like, huh? I was like, Galatasaray. I don't know. Is that how you say it? It's like, that's how you say it. Fucking damn, fuck yeah, that's how you say it, man. This guy got fucking, he took his top, he's got fucking Galatasaray top. He starts making my kebab. He's like, do you want more? I'll give you more, man. He filled it up. Like, I literally, like, this was like one of the best days of my life. And then, like, he left. Like, after like a couple of years, he left that shop. He opened a new one. On the last day, I went there and I said, man, like, I don't know where you're going, but like, fucking respect, man. Like, dude, I went there like every week. And I'll just go, same again, mate. And it was £4.20. It was £4.20 back in the day, bro. And you know £4.20, right? So it would be like, eat, smoke, eat, smoke. Oh man, it was. And I don't know. From that day on, I just love Turkish people. So, yeah, you're welcome. Definitely welcome.
Can I say also one quick Turkish story?
Diogo. I need to talk about Diogo, man, because I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I love Turkish people. I despise that fucking milk yogurt drink you guys have. The salted, it's half like milk or yogurt and the other half is water and it's salted. I tell you, I have some Turkish friends when I was taking out Turkish joints. I love the kebabs. I love everything. I love the hummus. I love it all. I love the pickled beets. You mix it all up.
That's that goat milkshake, bro.
It's like that weird, and the Turkish guy will know, man. If you look at the jar and half of it looks like an old yogurt and the half top is water. And they're like, yeah, there's salt in it and you shake it and you drink it and it just does not sit right. But anyways, go on about Diogo, Luis. Sorry.
No, I mean, we, especially last season, me, you, Mel, you know, Joe, Nina, Ethan, we've all praised Diogo. You know, he's our right back, he's our right wing back. But what he did today, because stupid. You can see what's happened. You can see what's happened. He lost the ball. The other guy is just a little bit. It doesn't have to be stronger. For somebody to beat you, they don't have to be stronger. They might just want that little fight. And he got pissed off, and he went into hurt. As soon as he does, he regrets it straight away because you can see the look on his face, and then he goes to say sorry. Then he gets a red. And me, I expect someone like me to do that, and that's why I'm sat at a fucking desk. A football player can't do that. You can't have your feelings like that, man. You know, that's fine, I forgive you, that's one time, but if you're gonna keep doing that, you need to go home and rethink and say, look, I can't be doing that, man. Like, this is bigger than this. That's why this is up front and your name is at the back. That's always gonna be this. That's always gonna be like that. Your name is never gonna be on the front, right? He got pissed off. I get it. You could have screwed up 3 points, man. Like,
it was a yellow, wasn't it?
No, it's straight red. Yellow. No, straight red.
Straight
red.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was.
Confused me a little bit.
I think it was a yellow. Then he VAR'd it to a red, right? Is that what he did?
Huh?
Oh, okay. So he switched. That's what the switch was.
He had a yellow in his hand,
and
then he switched it to a red. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah,
because I'm looking. I'm like, I was like, did he? Oh yes. So no, yellow. That's so stupid. The referee's an idiot. I can't understand. Stupid idiot. Yeah, man. I like I said, we won. That's really all that matters, bro.
Yeah.
It was an ugly win, but shit. Last year, man, we couldn't win we didn't win these games. These, these close games where, we're gonna give it up. We draw these games. You know how many draws we had last year? You know how many fucking just a lot of draws, a lot of underwear. A lot of fucking underwear last year, bro.
As I've said for years, man, it doesn't have to be pretty as long as you get the win.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my thing is if we can find ways to win, I don't care. Just put the W on the board.
I haven't looked up.
Get me through the weekend, bro. Get me through the weekend.
I haven't looked up the stat, but I know. I know for a fact.
Get me through the weekend, bro.
For the last 10 or 20 years, for Benfica, us winning the first game, you have to understand, Benfica wins the majority of their games in Liga NOS every year. Majority of games. They might not win the title, but they win the vast majority of the games by a very large margin. But when it comes to the first game of the season, I think half the time we lose it. it is one of the highest loss rates or draw rates that we get in terms of not winning of a match day. You look at all the match days season over season, you line that up. Match day 1 is the highest likelihood that we'll see drop points from this club. It's a weird kind of thing. So anytime I see match day 1 and a W next to it, I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I was just reading what Glenn said, and yeah, I didn't even remember that. Yeah, mate was right there. It's just those things piss me off because I always say I didn't make it as a player because of how fucking hot I got every time. I know how it feels. I know exactly why he did it, but you can't do that in like, you know, Liga B win, you know, first game. We can't just turn around and go, you know, fuck, I'm gonna fuck him up. And it's literally, you know, like how many times have we done that? Realistically, how many times have we turned around and go, no, fuck it, no, I'm just gonna punch you now. And you do, but that's in my case. This is why I'm here because I was really hot-headed and I was getting red cards every fucking game.
Just real quickly for the Turk and
honestly,
chat,
man.
Jetson did play a little bit extra time.
Yep, he did.
About 16 minutes, and I thought he looked good. I did like seeing.
I did too. I think a lot of people on Twitter were questioning why he didn't get to start next to Mente. That's why I brought that up earlier.
Exactly. I gotta make a comment about Odie. I think today Odie reminded me why I liked seeing Helton in net. You know, I think there's
where's Buffon? Where's Buffon at? What happened to that? What happened to that shit? Where's that newspaper clipping at, bro?
Buffon, man?
Buffon, bring GG in, bro. Come on, Gigi. Let's get up in there.
Come on.
Yeah, get that Bengay. Put that Bengay. Lather up, bro. Put that Bengay all over, bro. And let's get there, bro. Let's go. Because you're right.
Also ask you guys a question. Oh, go on,
Mario. You're right, Mario, about Odie. Like, jeez, man. Like, I was just defending him last week, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one of those things where I think the lack of aggressiveness to run out left him in the position he was in today, which conceded the goal. And there's a few other times where, you know, it felt dicey. And when I watch Odie, I don't feel overly confident. Yeah, there's keepers you have, and you're like, okay, I'm okay. There's always freak events. There's guys that are going to score goals. You can't save them all, but you kind of feel confident. I don't have that confidence with Odie, man. I really don't. Like, when I see a match, I don't have that confidence. And so it's just very tough, very tough.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of, this is, people gonna fucking, you know, this is it, I want to start a riot. You know, Varela? You know, when he has this, like, you have glimpses of, like, yeah, he can be good. But as soon as you pass him the ball, you think, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, you know, and one-on-ones is just, I don't know, man. He's good in, like, long shots. I see that. Long shots, when he has the time to, you know, to dive, he's good. But I honestly, especially when playing with 3 at the back, you sort of need a keeper that is sort of a sweeper, like a sweeper keeper. So, you know, that plays sort of advanced a little bit. And Elton being fucking tall, it's harder to chip him. And also, he feels a lot better with his feet.
You know who I would have liked to see? Hart? Is it Joe Hart? He went to Celtic, but I would have liked to see. I wouldn't have been mad at the guy like that. Like, why didn't we look to upgrade?
Really? I don't
you
like
don't
Hart,
think so?
Man.
Not for the Portuguese league?
No.
Not for the Portuguese league. I'm just thinking of guys that were out there that were like, how we didn't, like, why wasn't there more talk about the keeper position? Maybe Svilar's a legend, bro. He's just waiting.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Ederson. He's gonna wait to the B team, and then, you know, they're gonna play Sporting. Odie's gonna go out because he doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to stay because if I'm not playing, I'm not staying. So he's gonna be sold, and then I'm gonna be in the bench, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna walk into the net with the ball. Oh no, wait, I've already done that.
Here's my question to everybody, even in the chat, real quick. Here's my question, just yes or no: is Villar as good as Helton and Odie?
I'm curious. Let's see what they say. But real quickly to Glenn, he said Sport TV commentator said Benfica won the first match day for the last 8 years. But when I said like the last 20 years, it more applies to George Jesus. In George Jesus' 6 years with Benfica, he won it once, which was his last year with Benfica, where he actually won the first match day. He either would lose or draw every single match, and prior to that, it was the same thing. So, and this is now George Jesus, you'd like to say his 8th year, right? So last year he got it, and this year he got it. It's, you know, it's good to see, but I don't know, because of that kind of always stuck with me. I just always felt like that. I am curious. Juice Box saying Braga sucks.
Braga sucks. I don't see them winning this game. Never mind. Braga scored.
Braga scored.
I saw that too, man. I was like, that's funny.
It's always like that though. It's like before when I said, with this Waldschmidt guy, man, just go, and then like 10 seconds later, goal, 2-0. Oh yeah, fucking alright. Great player, man.
Yeah. So you guys want to do Charisse and
Yeah, let's get that going, man. All right, guys. Give me 2 seconds here. I'll get the images back on. There we go. Almost got this set up here. The camera cut.
Nobody got time for that.
These guys are mid-conversation here about the Suilar because you guys are answering the question from Mello.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I personally wouldn't mind seeing Helton and Suilar as like our main two. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want Odie anymore. I'm being terrible.
I think if you have, if Odie has market, like it seems he has, let him go. I think because let's say you have a season with Odie, will he have market next season? Probably, but you'll probably have the same. You're not gonna. Odie is not like Edison. You're not gonna end up selling Odie for like 40 million to Man United. You're not. If anything, you're gonna sell him to 15 million to Valencia or some shit like that. So you know what? Let him go now. I'll do with Helton, and I fully trust. I don't like the whole like easy berries. How about I fully trust him
good point.
to be in the bench at least.
I do think the comment that Drone just made though that Suilar should play because he's young and it's a lack of playing time. I think it's good that he's playing on the B team. It'd be good if he gets loaned out. We loaned out Oblak, we loaned out Ederson, and they came back stronger, right? You know what I mean? Like.
We learned that Oblak? I didn't even know that.
Was it Oblak?
You know what, too, Mario?
Maybe it was Ederson. Rio Ave. Didn't they both play for Rio Ave?
Suilar. Yes, he's right. Suilar.
Fucking really?
They did.
Yeah, it's comical. Yeah. Rio Ave had a good run of players there for a bit that we loaned out to.
Also, the only knock I ever had on Suilar was that when he first came, he didn't want to go to the B team. That's kind of delayed. That kind of stunted. That's kind of stunted his growth. He didn't want to. Like he refused. I know. It was talks a couple years back. He just refused to go to the B team. He didn't want to play for the B team. He wanted to stay on the A team, and he didn't for a long time play for the B team. The whole year. That whole year. Like I don't think he played until the next year on the B team, and it kind of just stunted his growth and maybe the way they looked at him, as far as in training and stuff like that, or in the pecking order. But I agree. There's got to be some talent, man. You don't go out and sign a 17-year-old kid. He was 17 when we got him, if I'm not mistaken. 18, barely turned 18.
I don't think we've managed the situation well per se with him. I'm curious about this Japanese keeper I keep hearing about that the B team got. So it's again, we got lots of.
What about the American? What about those? Him too. I heard. I mean, he's still playing, isn't he? Where's that guy at?
Luis is in shock about the Rio Ave situation.
No, wait. I just read a post, from Próxima Jornada, right? And it says, never forget the time at Rio Ave when goalkeeper Jan Oblak was sent off versus Porto at the Estádio do Dragão and sub goal Ederson was brought on.
Yeah.
These guys had Oblak in goal and Ederson on the bench. I think, fucking come on. Rio Ave. This is why I like Rio Ave, man. Fuck's sake.
This is the same guys that like put the balls to the wall against AC Milan. Unfortunately, lost the penalties. It looked like they should have advanced and then got relegated.
Hey, it's so mad.
It's actually quite shocking how south their season went last year.
It's football, man. It's football. That's what I'm saying, man.
Very cruel, very cruel. But I think they'll be back. They're a certain club that has, hopefully, you see these stories all the time. I thought Lieda would be back. I know Lieda went through a crazy financial crisis.
Lieda.
Oh, fuck that. I was gonna say, man. I worry about that guy coming back, man. Don't give me.
You mean Lieda, right?
Lieda.
All my life, I did not have a clue what you meant. Yeah. I was like, who? Lieda. Lieda. Okay, I got you.
Lieda.
Yeah, they had a situation where they couldn't pay their players, and I'm like, well, they got a decent stadium, they have some decent history. They're gonna go down, and they went down second, third because of the issues they had, and never came back. Same with Beta Mata. Beta Mata was another one that I was quite surprised at how far down they went. You know, they're kind of struggling down there, right? So it's it happens with some of these teams. It's we have a lot of interesting story. Academica is another one that just keeps struggling to try and make it back in the first division. It's actually I gotta say the second division of Portugal is so underrated. It is.
There's some great football there, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's fun. It's so fun. And it's such a while. Like, you watch that second. I watch that the second division as much as I can. And I just like following it. The up and down of teams throughout the entire season. It's like a friggin' seesaw. You don't. Well, Liga Nós, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be Benfica, Porto, Sporting. You're going to see Braga putting up a big fight.
Featuring a terrible referee.
And then you get one surprise package, like a Pacho Freire one year, from Famalicão one year, things of the sort, right? So,
Moreirense.
Amadora, yeah, man. They're looking decent as well.
Yeah. That's actually kind of cool, Amadora. So, they reformed a new team, right? Is that the story? Like, it's not the... I don't know if they get to collect their history where they had the Taça Portugal.
Start from scratch, man.
Yeah, start from scratch, but... It's neat. Not only that start from scratch, Belenij. A lot of people forget about it. I know we talk about Be Sad, but there's a real Belenij playing in the lower divisions trying to make their way back up.
They went up, you know that, yeah?
Yeah, are they third now or?
I have an uncle. I have an uncle that was before he passed. He was an Academica fan, so I would always love to see Academica go up.
My cousin, he was born to a Sporting mother and a Benfica dad, and because he was born in Coimbra's hospital, he sports Academica. So then let's know. But it's funny because when he used to watch Benfica, we'd be like, I support Benfica, but don't tell my mother.
All right, Shooty's the match, play of the match. You know the drill. Which one of you guys want to go first?
I don't mind.
I'll go. I'll run it.
Run it.
All right. I'll start the Shooties of the match. Whew. I'm gonna go Diogo. Right, Diogo has to have the Shooties of the match. Boneheaded mistake. He left us hanging with 30 minutes left. You know what I mean? He's the Shooties. It's really no other explanation. The man of the match. I'm going to go 2 weeks in a row with Lucas Verissimo. Like I said, man, they stopped trying. They stopped trying that side. Verissimo was a beast. The referee was really ticky-tack at the end of the game. He had a cheap yellow. On a good play, he got the ball. He's a bigger guy. You know what I mean? Like it was terrible. But I'm gonna go with Verissimo again, back to back man of the matches for me. And the play of the match. I'll go. It's tough. I'm gonna go with the first goal, and the reason is because I said earlier in the show, you didn't get those bounces last year. It was a lucky bounce, you know what I mean? But sometimes in a game, you need a lucky bounce. You need the ball to go your way in the middle of the field instead of going at their feet. You know, shit happens sometimes. You know, you ever see a ball go in the air and the ball just lands at the other team's feet and you're like, how in the fuck? Like, why? Out of every place it could have went, you know, it went there. So I'm going to go with the first goal. It wasn't the best play or the prettiest play, but it was the luck of the ball. And Verissimo got it, and he's the man of the match. He's a fucking beast, bro.
Well, let me ask you a question quickly. Ooh, big statement. Let me ask you a question about that goal. Would you say it was a messy goal?
Oui. I would. Yeah. And you know, real quick, bro, that's these motherfuckers. What? Is financial fair play does not exist in France or something, bruh? Like, what the fuck? I'm calling them soccer aid. From now on, they were no longer PSG to me. They will forever be soccer aid, bruh. If you go to FIFA and go to other like teams, you will find soccer aid. That is these motherfuckers, bruh. Because they get messy. This shit's crazy, bruh. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I don't understand.
And I hope they find a way to still lose to Lille. I will howl. If Messi goes to PSG and Lille
no. I will say something else.
Lose my mind.
I am sorry. I know we're going completely off track, but that's us. That's Benfica after 90. You know, if you have a team like that and you don't add the very minimum, this is the very like bare minimum. This is like, you got to do that, bro. You win the league. You win every single cup in France because you're still playing in France. Let's not forget that. It's not the BPL. It's not La Liga. It's not, the Bundesliga. It's still the French league. You have Lille and Lyon on a good day. That's it. We playing against Rennes.
And they don't
you got Marseille, Bordeaux.
They lost their guy, didn't they? Didn't
I
lose their guy? Didn't Depay leave?
Depay's gone to Barcelona.
Yeah, he's gone.
So let me just say one more thing.
Go.
With a team like that, this is me. If I was a PSG fan, I would say, okay, well, with Messi on a team, we'll now win Liga, the French Cup, and we guaranteed Champions League final. I'm not asking you to win it because it's a game, it's a final, and every now and then things go wrong. I get that.
Every now and then Chelsea wins.
If you don't make it to the final with Messi, right? With Mbappe, Neymar, Donnarumma
they got Ramos now.
Ramos in front of Donnarumma. Wijnaldum, brand new as well. They want to get Theo Hernandez as well.
They shouldn't lose a game.
They shouldn't lose shit, man.
One game. If they lose one game, they're trash. They're trash. One game. They lose one game, they're all fucking bums. Every single one of them is a waste of fucking money.
Yo, Mario, you go after this. I can just imagine Mel having a conversation with the PSG fan, right? At the end of the season, they've won everything. And they're like, see, we're the best. And Mel was like, nah, but you lost 1-0 to Lille. You're trash.
Fucking embarrassment.
You're trash. At home. Get the fuck out of here. You're trash, right? You know what? I seen a Porto fan. It was funny. It was a Porto fan. Had to be. He had a picture of it was a Porto with a dragon, all this shit. He says PSG went into Donnarumma, Ramos, and Messi all to stop Renato Sanchez. I was like, yeah, man, that's true. Yeah. What a flop now, huh? Yeah. Jesus Christ, haters.
I would really hope. I hate the rumors of Renato going to Barcelona. I hope those are fake. I hope he does not go to Barcelona. I think Barcelona's a sinking ship.
No, please don't.
They're
do
a sinking
that.
ship. I think it's
come to the BPL, man. Yeah. Come to teams like
go to Atletico Madrid. Go, link up with Jean Felix. Like just.
No, I wouldn't be mad about that. Like I have the right to be. I mean,
no, you do have the right to be. It's Barcelona.
Hey, real quick.
Benfica product.
You guys brought up Jean Felix a second ago. Jack Grealish just went for $100 million.
What a joke.
Before Jack Grealish went for $100 million to City, who was the last $100 million player?
Felix.
It was Felix, right? It was, right?
I said
I'm pretty sure.
Can I quickly say one thing? Because I went on a rant about this. The way these EPL pundits, these, and I understand it's England and the way England is, ran their trash mouth about Felix and the money spent for Felix and blah, blah, blah. And they went on year one. And even last year, they're still shitting on Felix. Now all I see is these guys are, circle jerking at each other's faces, whatever they're doing, about this Grealish, this trash of a player, which I hear had a decent season.
He's not trash.
He's not trash.
He's not trash. Guy is
not trash.
I'm saying he's good.
I'm just saying the way that they're circle jerking.
I'll say he's good.
The way they're circle jerking about him and shitting on Felix. The guy is 25 and Felix has outscored him and he's 21. In the entire guy's career, Felix has more goals.
He's not a goal scorer.
Has won, Liga, has won the Nations Cup. He's won all these titles, but they talk so much shit about Felix and how he's overrated. And the way that they're talking like this guy is the greatest thing ever that's walked the earth of the sport, the best player in the world. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm being an ass. He's a decent player, but it's the arrogance from the EPL that when it's an Englishman shows up, it's the same thing would happen with so many other English guys that come in. Oh, he's a world beater. I'm like, he's good. He's good. I'm going to tell you there's probably 10 better players than him. Like, I don't rate him that highly. He's a decent player that played out of Villa, had a good year in the EPL. But because he's English, the hype machine goes on this level. But it'd be one thing to hype. I got nothing against being proud of your nation. Portuguese people hyping Portuguese people, Spanish people hyping Spanish people. It's the act of shitting on every other player. They shit on Sanch. They shit on Felix.
That's why I like Wolves fans.
Wolves fans are great. They are an exception in the EPL in terms of their attitude and how they look at the game, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just being an ass about it. That's all.
Jack Grealish ain't a goal scoring player. That ain't his game.
I know. He's a
playmaker.
fast guy,
I don't know
talented.
I'm not saying he's worth whatever the motherfucker gonna pay for him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's what a player's worth. You know what I mean? Like, is he worth $100 million? Yeah, because fucking City bought him for that shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you try to buy him next year on your career mode on fucking FIFA, it's gonna be a high price tag. It's just the way it's built in. You won't be able to. Yeah, we just got him. Yeah, you gotta wait a year.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
weird,
wait a
isn't
year.
it? Like that.
Yeah, you gotta wait a year.
Don't get me started about FIFA 22 because there are big changes, bro. I don't know if you have seen them. I pre-ordered the game, so I get emails every day, bro. There's some shit in that game.
I pre-ordered too. I need that shit a week early this year.
Actually, I'm quite shocked. I'm shocked about the Lukaku move. To
Listen,
Chelsea
Mario.
also. Yeah.
Mario, get that chorizo out, bro. Pull that chorizo out, bro. Let's go.
Mine's super quick, because Melo pretty much took mine. Diaz.
Yeah, same.
Diaz was a fool with the red. Or not Diaz. Sorry, Gonzalo. Diego was an idiot with the red. Lucas Vinicio, they wanted nothing to do with him. They stayed away from him. They went all for the right because of that. And the play was the goal. I think the goal was more, I don't want to say it was a lucky bounce, but at the same time, Verissimo, I'm very impressed because he knew what to do with the ball in front of him. He's now had 4 goals and he only joined in January. He's a center back. You don't typically get that kind of production from a center back. And he's very much giving me vibes of Luizão, like a player that if he gets near the net, you got to watch. Luizão, when he went, it was corner kicks. Like, keep an eye on that center back. He's going to possibly get a header in there or do something. Like, the guy he knows how to get to the ball and he knows how to aim the ball towards the target, whether it goes in or not. But there's so many other opportunities he's had in past games where the keeper had to save it. Like, he is a great player to have on the squad. You got a corner, bring him up there, and all of a sudden we become way more dangerous because of him. So that's my play of the match and my player.
I'm gonna echo that, to be honest, man. Obviously, Diogo Chorizo for the both of you reasons. Like, he can't be doing that sort of stuff. Man of the match, I almost gave it to Gonzalo, but I'd rather give him the man of the match when he scored a couple goals or a goal and he's been like, you know. So I'll give it to Verissimo. I wasn't here last time anyway, so it's not like I'm repeating myself. Verissimo, man, absolutely fucking fire. Defending, attacking, everything. In terms of play of the match. I'll be honest with you. I'll give it to the penalty call, which wasn't a penalty call because he dived, so he got a yellow for it. Because that was the only thing that I was like, you know what? For a guy that has no consistency, and you've been absolutely appalling, I would have been happy with you just playing on. And for the fact that you actually had the fucking motherfucking balls to just give him a yellow for I'm going to leave my foot here so I'll eventually trip him, but he's going to look like he tripped me. That's crap. So yeah, that's my play of the match. But yeah,
One more thing on Grealish. Did you see the Pep Guardiola and how disappointing he sounded on the signing of Grealish, because they, on that press conference, they're like, oh, you just spent $100 million on Grealish. But
Pep's a fucking joke.
But Messi, did you just not hear that? Messi went up on the market and Pep Guardiola was like, no, I didn't know that Messi was gonna leave Barcelona if I knew, but we just signed this now and it's unfortunate, you know. And it was like, here's Grealish. He's like, I just got this big contract. And you see his manager under pressure saying, fuck, I can't believe we could have got Messi. You're telling me we got this English guy that's overhyped, and I could have had Messi on this squad, and now I'm gonna lose Bernardo Silva.
I'll take Mourinho. I rate Mourinho every day, all day over Pep, bro. Pep's a front runner, bro. He's a fucking snake in the grass. You know them fucking, that country next door, bro. You know how they motherfuckers are, bro.
Reigning Entertainment said something earlier on. I read it.
That's a porno thing, huh? Reigning Entertainment. That's gotta be like a porno. He runs a porno. It's gotta be porno.
Hit me up. I've got a lot of fucking time right now.
It's gotta be a porno company.
The risk is not. But yeah, he said English players are worth a lot of money because of the mandatory English player thing, and it's true. You know, if you're English, because you have to have like a certain amount of English players that were like it's something about doing with training. Like, you started your career in England, you're English, and you've been playing only in England and stuff like that.
Or 7 or some shit.
No, yeah, but you're worth more because then, like, there's a requirement of English players to have, and City always struggle with that because of all the Spanish or the Brazilian, Portuguese. So Grealish is great.
it costs more money to go home.
Oh. Oh.
And I'm being
It
an
just costs
ass.
more money.
I'm being an ass.
Yeah.
I do think the English sport, the English sport hurts itself with the way they run their youth academies, things of the sort, and that can go on for quite a bit on it because I think a lot of it's self-inflicted. There was a couple of comment made by Juicebox, which was very fascinating. I don't even know how to answer this, but of João Felix, Trincão, and Pedro Neto, which three do you think in 5 years?
Okay, guys, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been on air for like what, 77 minutes, 77. I've been a nice guy, right? The moment I say porn, my girlfriend tunes in. You know, I'm done with this fucking thing. You know, I've been eating pistachios.
You didn't mention
talking
that.
football.
I did.
She clearly.
Oh, you did voluntarily. You did voluntarily.
I appreciate your help, bro, but she can go back and watch it again.
If she's listening,
ask for some material.
If she's still listening,
she is. I think she is.
Those voice notes on the pistachios were gold, man. That shit on gold. I
still got the pistachios though. I mean,
that has to be a new bag, man. The way you're mounting those things down. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Bag 6 by since the last show.
With pistachios.
Oh, man. But yeah, anyways, the Juice Box's comment, I don't know how to answer that because I think in 5 years, I think we're very blessed. Got lots of talent. I think Trincão was in a funky situation. I got to go with the home court bias, but Pedro Net's a good player also. But
João, he just got to get the fuck out of Atletico.
You know what? Though, Barcelona imploding, and Real's a little funny. Atletico could go back to back.
You reckon though, like the issues that Barcelona is having and Real Madrid, do you think that comes a lot from like that stupid idea they had about the
Super League?
The Super League? Do you think that's a backlash of it? I feel like it might be.
The Super League was something in discussion for a very long
time.
Don't
like any of them anyway.
And they signed these guys on the guarantee that they had a Super League, and they told Messi, stick around, you're going to be playing in the Super League. And it's very comical that Messi goes to the one club that helped end the Super League, which is PSG, because they refused to join. The same with Bayern Munich. And it really shot them in the foot. And Barcelona.
Well, so Messi's Jesus now?
No, not Jesus, but it's funny that these guys were shit talking. Like you had Barcelona. This actually shows how unloyal the guy is, because Messi, you know, for all these Barca guys that talk about Messi, he doesn't give a damn about the club. He didn't allow the club to ever get a transfer or sent out of him from a transfer fee. He milked Barcelona for the very last cent. He convinced Aguero to come over, signed 2 months ago, and snakes out and leaves, and Aguero supposedly now is pissed. There's a clip of him not interested in training. Supposedly he's talking to his lawyers.
Did he come to Benfica?
Yeah, he
shouldn't have snubbed us. See what happens? Look what happened to Cavani. Yeah, he lost to fucking Valencia.
Karma's a bitch. But it wasn't Valencia. It was the boat people.
Oh, it was it was Sevilla. Sorry, Sevilla. I erased that.
The boat people.
No, he lost the Europa final. He lost the Europa final.
Sevilla. It was the via. Luis, help me, man. Boat people. Who the fuck?
Yellow
Submarine.
What do you want? What do you want help with, huh?
The Spanish club, the Yellow Submarine. What the hell are they called again?
Villarreal.
Villarreal. There you go.
Villarreal. Yeah, that's it.
You had the right one. You start with the V. You start with the V.
It's all the same.
Same shit.
Sorry, man. Like Marcella was messaging me. She heard your comments and stuff.
It's quite funny. She's quite funny. We gotta get her on the show.
Yeah, we're good at it anyway.
Luis is like, don't do that.
I'll talk to you off. Yeah, I'll talk to you.
I'm going Felix. I just want to answer a question before we head out of here. Felix. It's for just obvious reasons.
It's the homeboy, right?
For nothing else other than he played for Benfica. And none of the other guys really matter. So I'm going with Felix. And I've watched Felix. Seen him. If you could make Seferovic that player, there's no doubt in my mind. Come on, guys. Come on. And look what he did for Seferovic alone. He should win a fucking a Nobel Peace Prize for that. He should win some fucking sort of like award, because now we're stuck with the guy.
You know when he's saying
I love him.
When you do that amount of charity work, you should always receive that much. When you do that much of, like, usually when you do like a lot of charity work, you receive a prize, isn't it?
Award. That's it. A humanitarian award.
That's the one. Yes, you should get that one, because the charity UNICEF was
sainthood from the Pope.
Tripping.
Sainthood.
Yeah. Nobel Peace
Juice
Prize.
box. I can't. I gotta be biased. No, okay. Without any bias, honestly, only Felix. Look, just the quality of his shots. I gotta go. I do, but the quality of just you gotta watch like the way the ball comes off of a player's foot. Sometimes for me is like you could. It's a telltale of like how like good a motherfucker is. Like when Felix scores a goal, that shit is. You know, it's not by accident. Like it's not like I don't know how to explain it. Really, it's like.
I just feel we're
He's
blessed,
better.
man. You look at these kids. Like we talked about. I know we got to end this. But we talked about Renat Sanch. The guy is 23.
He's my favorite, by the way.
23.
We don't have to end anything.
He's be my
My
favorite.
God, like,
He's my favorite
Portugal
footballer.
has so
to be
many
honest.
young, attractive talent guys. Like
Ronaldo
I'm happy.
is.
I'm happy, man. I'm very happy.
Can I say something, Mario? You said we gotta end this. We don't have to end anything, man. I got a week.
That's true.
So you're on a staycation, I hear, right?
Wait, this is fucking, like, thank you, I guess. I say thank you. Okay.
Sorry.
All
I
right.
just had to
Well, we'll see you guys Tuesday.
someone just
Late
coughed.
night.
Did you
Late
cough?
night Tuesday.
COVID.
I'm late night Tuesday. Late night Tuesday.
I'm here Tuesday. Marcella might be here too, providing that
Late
I
night.
get something negative.
Late night.
Hey, if she gets tested and she leans the other way, she can hang out with you.
No, she's negative. I'm positive.
See,
But
if
if I-
Rashford,
Oh no, that's
if
good. That she got
Rashford,
negative. That's good that she got the negative.
if Rashford got a reward for feeding the poor, so should João Felix. That's all I'm gonna have to say. Good night.
See ya.
Peace.
Drop your mic.